everybody, it's Tamika with Scrap the World, and I am here with another Scrapbook Pal video. Today we will be focusing on wedding cards. Although this simple, sweet, elegant card is intended for a wedding, you can also use it for anniversaries and Valentine. So let me show you the items that I used. So we're starting out using Lawn Fundamentals 8.5 by 11 clear acetate, Spellbinders Swirl Heart Fancy Die, Lawn Fawn's Happy Heart Day line border, Scrappy Tape at 1/4 inch, and 3D foam squares. So we're going to start out cutting our acetate down, just using one piece to 4 3/4 by 6. You can get both of those pieces out of this one sheet of acetate. So we're going to be doing a little bit of embossing. I'm cutting down a piece of white cardstock down to 4 by 6 so I can run it through my heart embossing folder using my die cutting machine. There it is, all nice and pretty. I'm going to do a little layering on the back. This piece is cut at 4.5 by 6, and that gold piece is cut at 4 3/4 by 6. That is where the recipient will receive their message. You'll also need a piece of vellum cut at 4 3/4 by 6 and some decorative ribbon for the top of the card. So taking that piece of embossed cardstock that I use with the heart embossing folder, I'm going to cut one strip down to 1/2 inch. So it should be about 1/2 inch by 4 3/4. Set that aside. I'm going to cut another piece at 1 1/2. We're going to use this to connect our acetate pieces. So flip it over to the opposite of the embossed area and score it down the middle at 3/4. So it folds right in half. And again, we're going to connect our acetate pieces, making our card base using this embossed top. Now I'm going to run these pieces through my Xyron sticker maker. That is the top piece that we just cut. Both of those are embossed piece. That is the 1/2 inch piece and also the 1 1/2 that we scored in half. I cut out that beautiful die twice in some gold metallic paper. I'm only going to run one through adhesive, and there is my super cute Happy Day die. So I've run them through the Xyron sticker maker, and I'm just making sure that they're all adhered. I'm going to set that aside for a second and grab the second die that we cut out, that's Spellbinders die, Swirl Heart, and I'm going to add my 3D foam squares. So what I'm going to do is cut those into tiny little slivers so that no one can see the pop dots from the front of the heart. I want this to stand up and be a little bit dimensional on the front of my card. I found chunky areas to put my dimensionals so they could be hidden from the eye when you first see the card. So now that's what it looks like. It's all done. You can't see it from the front. And I'm just going to peel away the back, and that is going to go right on top of the other heart that we've already cut out. So now it's time to go ahead and kind of put this card together. We're on the down slope here, so we are getting ready with all of our elements, peeling off the back of that 1 1/2 inch piece that we cut down, scored in the middle. I'm going to get my acetate pieces that we cut earlier and layer them right to the score mark. Don't touch the score mark, just to the score mark so that the card can fold over easily. So just take your time, line everything up correctly, and you're going to place one piece of acetate on that sticky side, grab the other piece, and place it on the opposite side. Leave it a little bit of breather room so that it can fold over. You want to go ahead and give it a good press with the bone folder. Make sure everything is nice and crisp, and now you have your card base. We're going to go ahead and grab our vellum piece and apply some of that 1/4 inch scrappy tape to the top. Later on, I'll add it to the bottom. My intention was to do it here, but I completely forgot. Just got caught up with all the pretty polka dots. But you want to add just a little piece of 1/4 inch scrappy tape to the top and the bottom of this vellum. And then we're going to remove that and adhere it to the back of this card, or the inside in the back of the card. So it can just have that sweet elegance poking behind the acetate and the heart. Those polka dots look beautiful. So now we're going to go ahead and apply our ribbon to the top. I just take a length and make sure that it can wrap all the way around the perimeter of the top, and you want to make sure you stay on that embossed cardstock piece when you're tying it around. It's just to add a little bit of decorative edge to the top of the card. So just cut your little length. I use a little bit of hot glue on the end of the ribbon to give it a start, just so I can make sure that it really stay secure because that's what I really want to do. So just pop just a little tiny sliver of hot glue on the end and press it down. And then I'm going to grab my 1/4 inch scrappy tape and guide it the rest of the way. All right, so we're going to peel off that 1/2 inch embossed piece we cut earlier and apply that to the bottom of the front of the card. Looks so lovely, coming out so nicely. And then we're going to grab our Happy Day die and kind of layer that upwards. You're going to maybe go down a 1/4 inch from the top. You want half of it on the acetate, half of it on the cardstock. Cut off your ends. Super cute. And the last piece that's on that little adhesive sheet is the layered heart. And you want to make sure you get the position on there right the first time. You don't want to remove this and start over. So once you've got to the space that you want it to be at, go ahead and apply that heart right center of that acetate. And it just looks so lovely. I love that in the background. I love how elegant and sweet that die looks. And now we're going to take the second die cut that we cut from the Spellbinders swirl heart and layer it exactly on the top. And then make sure that your pop dots don't show at all from the back. Make sure the backs are all off of them. And for this, I did have to stand up and make sure that I got that aligned just perfectly so that it looks dimensional and it's kind of coming at you in your face. So that's what I did when I laid that right on top. So now I'm just going to do my final layering for the back of the card. This is where I'm going to write my message when I give the card to the recipient. I'm using some Easy Runner Grand Scrapbook adhesive. I failed to mention that in the beginning. And I'm layering that white piece that we cut earlier on top of that gold foil piece that we cut earlier. And then I'm going to flip that over. Love the layering. It is just a 1/4 inch difference from the two, but it does add a difference. Then I'm going to add my 1/4 inch scrappy tape to the perimeter of the back of the white card so that I can add it to the back of our wedding card. I always start when I'm layering my paper at the bottom corners. I can always maybe fix the top, but the bottom's kind of my base of the card. So I kind of start there, and this is where I realized that I should have applied the sticky tapes at the back of that vellum, but I'm getting everything out the way so I can have a clear view of where I need to attach this, because if this is off, it's just going to look raggedy, which is what I don't want. So I go ahead, get my lines all together, and add it to the back of the card. So here I'm just adding that 1/4 inch piece of tape to the back of that vellum so that that can stay put when you're opening and closing the card. And it's all done, or at least I think it's done. I look at the card and I'm thinking it needs some bling. You have wedding day bling jewelry on this card. Yes, you do. So here it is. And now we're done. I added the tiniest little gold charm at the bottom of that dangle heart, and it just finishes the card off. You can leave it off if you'd like. It doesn't, it's not essential. Still a gorgeous card without it, but I absolutely love the little symbolism of the ring on this card. So really, really cute. I hope you guys enjoyed this card. All of the links will be down below, as well as the written version of this tutorial. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Bye.